Hi, my name is Nikolaj Mårbjerg Severin, and I'm a concept artist with the LEGO Ninjago design team. In order to celebrate Ninjago's storytelling, I decided to do this personal painting of Nya and Jay working on Jay's Titan mech. And here is my commentary and breakdown. You'll have to excuse that the vertical format, but that's of course the way the painting was made. So I had a pretty clear idea of what I wanted to do when I started this painting, and that's basically what I'm just sketching with some very loose line art, just blocking everything out on the page as I go. This is made on a tablet, by the way. It's in ProCreate, which is also what it's recording. As soon as I am fairly happy with the very loose sketch, I start doing the same process with very loose colors, and this is pretty much all in one layer. I think there's some vignetting, some soft gradients that I'm toggling on and off. That's the only thing that's on its own layer. All the rest is just happening in one layer. Feeling good about the color and the mood of the picture, I put a gray overlay on and start doing a more detailed and more true to perspective sketch of what's in the painting. Also double checking the photos that I have of Nick's awesome Titan mech. Nick is the LEGO designer who did the design of the mech. So here you can't see it in the video, but I have a perspective overlay that I created in ProCreate. It's not recorded, but I can see it when I'm drawing. And it helps me just make sure that things align. And you can also see that I'm pulling some longer lines to stay true to that perspective. And I'm of course improvising somewhat on the design. Keep referencing the LEGO model, of course, but there is room for more detail in a picture like this, and to be fun to do, I need to change it up ever so slightly and come up with a few of my own ideas while still making it unmistakably the Jay Titan mech. I put the decoration on the head on its own layer when doing the sketch because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, and it was going to be overlapping a lot of shapes. Anyways, being happy with the sketch of the mech, I go into sketching the ninjas. And even though I've made some decisions in the very first rough sketch and in the color plugin, you can see that I'm not afraid to try and come up with new ideas or refine the ideas that I already have. It's not about just tightening up what I already did. I keep looking for opportunities to improve it. As you can probably also tell at this point, I have been looking at the hair pieces for Jay and Nya, so that I hit that look that they have. Happy with the sketch, I put the line art to a low opacity and goes back to painting again. And in the beginning here, I'm just kind of painting all over the place wherever I feel like it. All the flickering is me toggling the sketch layer on and off, because especially working in dark areas, it can be hard to see. At this point, I've decided I should probably work on my focal areas first. Having a good base to work on, I wanted to make sure that was as good as could be whenever I ran out of time and enthusiasm for this piece that I'd given our main characters the love they deserve. And they're on separate layers. It's not a very deep layered document, but I keep the ninjas on their own layer just because I know that I want to tweak them to look really good. And when the ninjas are kind of done, fiddling a bit with the hair here, but I want to get the ninjas done because at that stage I can just do whatever I want to the mech and improve as much as I want, and the image is somewhat going to be coherent because it is, of course, about the ninjas, and then the primary features of the mech being the top of the chest and, of course, the head. So that's also why that's where I'm leaning into the first. I'm painting over the supply tubing that I designed for the back of it, which is of course completely something I made up, but to give that feeling of being in a hangar, I decided to have this tubing, and since it's crossing all over the original design, I'm painting it away and then I'm painting it back in on its own layer later. And here I've got so much established that I can just have fun with it. I got the sketch for reference, I got the perspective, I'm pretty happy with the colors. I'm playing a bit with where the light hits and where it doesn't hit. I'm not calculating the angles at all. I'm just trying to work based off of composition to make sure that there is attention where I want it and pull back contrast and attention where it's not so important. Oh yeah, here we are painting, here I am painting the supply tubes back in. And I had to undo that because I made it on the wrong layer, and do it one more time. Oh yeah, given the really cool, I think a lot of people call it the hairpiece, but giving that some attention. And of course the helmet decoration. And being fairly happy with all of the shapes, now I go into the really fine subdivision of the plating. And this is where I'm really breaking away from the LEGO model, because this is of course way too fine detail to put in a LEGO model. That would look wrong, but in an illustration like this, I thought it'd be fair also to make sure that it had something to offer that the model did not. Yeah, working in the decoration on the side. I could have made it on a flat and then skewed it to make it fit, but I decided to just hand paint it. Did skew it a bit in the end. And where am I working now? Oh yeah, I'm just doing some detailing. Whoops, there we go. So now I'm putting on some what I call post effects, which are layers that go on top of everything and just kind of control the focus by adding vignettes and highlighting areas, making them slightly brighter. And that's on a separate layer. You can see I toggle it off just to do a bit of refinement behind Nya. Some rim lights to make them just pop out. And then coming up with some graphics on the display in the mech. Oh yeah, in the very end I add these wires to kind of cement that they're working on the mech and it's not operational yet. And there we go. Clip's done. I hope you'd enjoyed this breakdown, and see you around. Be Ninja!